Welcome. Today, we're diving into how Claude Code Skills can supercharge your Java development workflow. Whether you're just starting out or already a seasoned developer, these skills offer practical, on-demand enhancements that transform the way you code. Think of them as powerful extensions for your AI coding agent, similar to how VS Code extensions boost productivity. In this video, we'll explore the most impactful Claude Code skills for Java, see real-world examples, and learn how to integrate them seamlessly into your daily development routine. Let's get started by understanding what Claude Code Skills are and why they matter for Java developers. Claude Code Skills are modular instruction sets stored as SKILL.md files in your Claude environment. They don't slow down your workflow until you invoke them, which means zero context cost until you need their power. You simply type a command like skill name in your Claude Code session to activate a skill. Official skills cover everything from web app testing to front-end design, while community plugins add even more capabilities. After installing new skills, remember to restart Claude Code so they're loaded at session start. This modular approach lets you customize your AI assistant for exactly what your Java project needs. Getting started with Claude Code Skills is straightforward. You can install official and community skills using simple plugin commands. For example, to add web app testing or front-end design, use the Anthropic skills repo. For advanced debugging or security, install from the Trail of Bits repo. After installation, restart Claude Code to ensure the skills are loaded. To invoke a skill, just type its command, like test-driven development or systematic debugging, right in your Claude session. This flexibility means you can tailor your environment for TDD, debugging, security, or even DevOps tasks, all without leaving your coding flow. Claude Code offers several workflow-enhancing skills for Java developers. These include strict test-driven development enforcement, systematic debugging, and context-managed multi-phase development. Each skill is designed to address common pain points in Java projects, such as skipping tests, patching bugs without root cause analysis, or losing context in long-running features. By integrating these skills, you can enforce best practices, reduce technical debt, and ensure your codebase remains maintainable as it grows. Let's look at each workflow skill in detail, starting with test-driven development. Test-driven development skill locks Claude into a strict TDD cycle, red, green, refactor. This means you must write a failing test before any implementation code, then only write the minimum code to pass, and finally refactor while keeping tests green. For Java, this is especially valuable since it's tempting to write service classes first and add tests later. With this skill, Claude deletes any implementation code written out of order, ensuring discipline. This approach leads to smaller, testable units, which is perfect for Spring Boot services and domain-driven design. See TDD in action with a simple BankAccount class. First, Claude writes a failing test for withdrawing more than the balance. Next, only the minimum code needed to pass the test is implemented. Finally, the code is refactored to handle edge cases and validation. This disciplined approach prevents skipping tests and ensures robust, maintainable code. In Java, this means your service classes, repositories, and controllers are always covered by tests, reducing bugs and making future changes safer. Other codebases can grow rapidly, especially with frameworks like Spring Boot. TDD forces you to break down features into small, testable units. This pairs perfectly with Java's layered architecture, where each service, repository, or controller can be independently tested. By enforcing TDD, Claude Code helps you avoid technical debt and ensures your code remains flexible and reliable as your project scales. Systematic debugging skill guides you through a four-phase root cause analysis, preventing guesswork and patch fixes. It starts with root cause investigation, then pattern analysis, hypothesis and testing, and finally, implementation. For example, when facing a NullPointerException in a Spring service, Claude walks you through checking dependency injection, security context, and database records, rather than just patching with a null check. This leads to more reliable fixes and a deeper understanding of your codebase. Imagine you encounter a NullPointerException in your notification service. Instead of immediately adding a null check, Claude helps you trace the issue. Is the user service injected correctly? Is getCurrentUser returning null? Is the user's email missing in the database? By following this systematic approach, you address the actual root cause, not just the symptom. This method is especially valuable in complex Java applications where quick fixes can introduce hidden bugs. Multi-phase projects, the GSD framework breaks work into atomic phases, each scoped to avoid context loss. You start by mapping your codebase, then create a structured spec, plan, and execute each phase with verification checkpoints. The state is stored in planning files, not just conversation memory. This is perfect for implementing full Spring Boot features, ensuring every layer is built and verified without losing track of earlier decisions. GSD building a new Spring Boot feature is streamlined. You start by mapping your codebase, Then GSD asks the right questions and produces a structured spec. Each phase, like adding a repository, implementing a service, building a controller, and writing integration tests, is executed in isolation. This ensures no context rot and that every deliverable matches the original requirements. Claude generates DTOs, repositories, services, controllers, and tests automatically, making end-to-end feature development efficient and reliable. Claude Code includes powerful skills for code quality and security. The static analysis skill runs tools like semgrep and CodeQL to catch vulnerabilities such as SQL injection, unsafe deserialization, and hard-coded credentials. Findings are output in SAIF format, which integrates with tools like GitHub code scanning and Sonar Quebec. This proactive approach helps you catch and fix security issues before they reach production. Consider a Java method that builds SQL queries by concatenating user input. The static analysis skill immediately flags this as a vulnerability. Claude then rewrites the code to use parameterized queries, eliminating the risk of SQL injection. This automated review process ensures your code is secure by default and integrates seamlessly with your existing Java toolchain. Differential review skill focuses on security during pull requests. It checks for missing authorization, transactional boundaries, and exposure of sensitive data. For example, if a new endpoint is added without proper authorization, Claude flags it and suggests adding it pre-authorized. It also checks for risky changes in transactional methods, ensuring external calls don't hold database locks. This skill is essential for maintaining security in Java Spring applications. Suppose you have a method that saves an order and sends a confirmation email within a single transaction. Claude recommends splitting these actions, save the order in a transactional method, then send the email outside the transaction. This prevents holding database locks during external calls, reducing the risk of deadlocks and improving performance. Such insights help you write robust, production-ready Java code. Claude Code/webapp testing skill generates playwright end-to-end tests for your Java backend and web frontend. These tests cover authentication flows, product catalog features, and error handling. The skill produces Python scripts, manages server startup and shutdown, and captures screenshots on failure. This ensures your application is thoroughly tested from the user's perspective, catching issues before they reach production. For a Spring Boot app with a web frontend, Claude generates playwright tests that simulate real user interactions. These include logging in, navigating product pages, filtering categories, and handling invalid inputs. The skill also provides reusable login helpers and server lifecycle management, making it easy to maintain a comprehensive test suite. This level of automation boosts your confidence in every deployment. Verification before completion skill adds a final verification loop before Claude considers a task done. It reruns relevant tests, checks edge cases, and ensures no regressions. For example, after fixing a bug in order discount calculation, Claude automatically tests boundary cases and verifies all previous tests still pass. This extra layer of assurance helps you deliver reliable code every time. Claude Code supports architecture and design with skills like /frontend design and /MCP builder. The front-end design skill helps generate bold, production-ready UI components for React or Next.js frontends, connecting seamlessly to your Java backend. The MCP builder skill walks you through creating a model context protocol server, enabling Claude to interact directly with your Java tooling for health checks, test runs, and log inspection. Suppose you need a dashboard component that shows real-time order status, supports sorting and filtering, and matches your brand's dark theme. The /frontend design skill generates a React component that polls your Spring Boot API, displays data in a styled table, and updates automatically. This accelerates UI development and ensures consistency across your application. /MCP builder, you can connect your Java tooling directly to Claude. The generated MCP server lets Claude run Maven tests, check Spring Boot health endpoints, and tail application logs. This integration means you can monitor your app's status, run tests, and debug issues without leaving your Claude session, streamlining your development and operations workflow. Claude Code includes DevOps skills like CI/CD pipeline builder and /GitHubOps. The pipeline builder detects your stack, Maven, Gradle, Spring Boot, or Quarkus, and generates a complete CI/CD pipeline, such as GitHub Actions workflows. The GitHubOps skill lets you manage pull requests, link issues, add labels, and request reviews, all from your terminal. This keeps you focused on coding while automating repetitive DevOps tasks. For a Spring Boot project using Maven, the CI/CD pipeline builder skill generates a GitHub Actions workflow. This workflow checks out your code, sets up JDK 21, builds and tests your app, runs static analysis, and publishes test results. By automating these steps, you ensure every commit is validated and production-ready, reducing manual errors and speeding up delivery. /GitHubOps, you can create pull requests, link them to issues, request reviews, and add labels, all without leaving your coding session. For example, you might create a PR for a new paginated product search endpoint, link it to an issue, and request a review from a senior developer. You can also list open bugs assigned to you, sorted by priority, making it easy to stay on top of your tasks. For advanced users, the Skill Creator skill lets you build custom Claude Code skills tailored to your Java stack. For example, you can enforce architecture rules, such as preventing controllers from calling repositories directly, warning about complex services, or requiring DTOs in controller responses. The generated SKILL.md file documents these rules, ensuring your team follows best practices consistently. Imagine you want to enforce a layered architecture in your Spring Boot codebase. With Skill Creator, you can build a skill that flags any controller calling a repository directly, warns when a service has too many dependencies, and ensures all controller responses use DTOs. This helps maintain a clean, maintainable codebase and prevents architectural drift as your project grows. Many organizations, developers can't access production or staging environments for compliance and security reasons. Claude Code Skills shine in these scenarios. By combining differential review, static analysis, and variant analysis, you gain deep static understanding of your changes even when you can't run the code in production. This reduces deployment risks and ensures your code behaves as expected in restricted environments. Line deployments happen when code changes go straight to production without thorough testing in a production-like environment. This is common in regulated industries like finance or healthcare. One wrong assumption about environment configuration can lead to incidents. Claude Code Skills help you catch these issues early by flagging environment-sensitive patterns, missing defaults, and risky changes before deployment. You can't access the target environment. Use a combination of differential review to see exactly what changed, static analysis to catch vulnerabilities, and variant analysis to find similar patterns elsewhere in the codebase. This trio acts as your eyes, helping you understand the blast radius of any change and ensuring nothing slips through the cracks before deployment. After making changes, invoke differential review on your code diff. For Java, Claude flags environment-sensitive code, such as missing default values for configuration properties, hard-coded hostnames, or missing production profiles. This helps you avoid surprises in production and ensures your code is robust across different environments. Whenever you add a new library or dependency, static analysis checks for known vulnerabilities and unsafe usage patterns. For example, enabling default typing in Jackson's object mapper is flagged as a remote code execution risk. The skill also checks for new external calls, file system access, and thread pool changes, ensuring your code is safe before it ever hits production. When a vulnerability or risky pattern is found, variant analysis searches your entire codebase for similar issues. For example, if you change how tax calculation handles null regions, this skill finds all callers and similar patterns. This is critical when you can't do exploratory testing in production, as it helps you understand the full impact of your changes. For deploying to a restricted environment, follow this checklist. 1. Run differential review to see what changed. 2. Use static analysis for vulnerabilities. 3. Run variant analysis for ripple effects. 4. Use verification before completion to rerun tests. And 5. Scan new skills or dependencies with Skill Security Auditor. This rigorous process ensures your code is production-ready, even when you can't test in the target environment. Reviewing Java code for deployment, Claude Code helps you flag issues like missing configuration defaults, hard-coded credentials, new database queries, networking changes, concurrency updates, serialization risks, Spring context changes, and logging of sensitive data. By automating these checks, you reduce the risk of production incidents and ensure compliance with best practices. The less access you have to an environment, the more rigorous your code review needs to be. Claude Code Skills let you compensate for lack of runtime access by providing deep static analysis and automated checks. This gives you confidence in your code, reduces deployment risks, and ensures your Java applications are robust and secure. As a quick reference for when to use each Claude Code skill, start new features with Get Shit Done, write new classes with test-driven development, debug issues with systematic debugging, run pre-PR security checks with differential review and static analysis, and use variant analysis before deploying to restricted environments. For E2E tests, use /webapp testing, and for CI/CD, use CI/CD pipeline builder. This map helps you integrate Claude Code Skills into every stage of your Java workflow. Get started, install Claude Code with Node.js, clone the superpowers and trail of bits skills, and install GSD for multi-phase features. Restart Claude Code after each install to load new skills. Then, start a session in your Java project and verify the skills are loaded. This setup process is quick and ensures you have all the tools you need for efficient Java development. After installing your desired skills, always restart Claude Code to ensure they're active. You can verify installation by running commands like test-driven development in your session. This step is crucial for making sure all features are available and ready to assist you in your Java projects. Claude Code Skills are not magic. They're structured context that helps Claude reason about your code more effectively. Use TDD enforcement for new features, systematic debugging for tricky bugs, and static analysis before every pull request. For large features, leverage GSD for context management. In regulated environments, make differential review, static analysis, and variant analysis mandatory before deployment. This ensures your workflow is both efficient and secure. Start by using test-driven development for your next feature and switch to systematic debugging when you encounter a tough bug. Once you're comfortable, add static analysis before every PR. For multi-phase features, install GSD and let /GSD build handle context management. This layered approach helps you build confidence and efficiency as you adopt more Claude Code skills. If you work in a regulated or enterprise environment with restricted production access, make the trio of differential review, static analysis, and variant analysis a hard gate before any deployment. This compensates for the inability to run code in the target environment, giving you code-level confidence and reducing the risk of incidents. Remember, Claude Code skills are designed to complement, not replace, your engineering judgment. They provide structure, automation, and deep analysis, but your expertise is still essential. Use these tools to enhance your workflow, catch issues early, and maintain high standards in your Java projects. Claude Code skills cover the full Java development loop, from TDD and debugging to security, testing, architecture, and DevOps. By integrating these skills, you ensure every stage of your workflow is supported, automated, and aligned with best practices. This leads to higher quality code, faster delivery, and greater confidence in every release. Ready to supercharge your Java development? Start by installing Claude Code and the recommended skills, then gradually integrate them into your workflow. Experiment with TDD, systematic debugging, and static analysis on your next project. As you become more comfortable, explore advanced features like GSD, MCP integration, and custom skill creation. The more you use Claude Code skills, the more efficient and confident you'll become. Claude Code skills are a game-changer for Java developers, offering structured, on-demand enhancements that fit seamlessly into modern workflows. By leveraging these skills, you can enforce best practices, automate repetitive tasks, and ensure your code is secure and production-ready. Remember, the goal is to work with your workflow, not against it. Start small, build your skill set, and let Claude Code help you deliver your best Java projects yet.